Welcome to BikeBeat, the 2026 Yamaha YZ250X, and today we're breaking down everything that makes it a standout in the enduro world. The YZ250X arrives with an MSRP of $8,199 in the US, with dealers adding destination and setup fees, but that number is just the starting point for what this machine brings to the table. Built on the foundation of Yamaha's legendary YZ250 motocross platform, the 2026 YZ250X takes that proven DNA and reworks it for serious cross-country competition. The chassis combines cast, forged, and extruded aluminum in a way that delivers both rigidity and just enough flex to keep the bike communicative and predictable. For riders tackling wooded trails, rocky climbs, and deep ruts, this balance makes the difference between fighting a bike and flowing with it. You feel the confidence immediately when the bike tips into turns, and the lightweight construction translates to flickability that's rare in this class. Suspension plays a massive role in any enduro, and Yamaha didn't skimp here. Up front, the bike uses a 48mm KYB speed-sensitive system fork, offering 11.8 inches of travel. It's valved and tuned specifically for cross-country racing rather than pure motocross, giving it better small bump compliance while still holding up under big hits. Out back, a KYB fully adjustable single shock pairs with the aluminum swing arm to deliver 12.4 inches of travel. Together, the suspension setup helps you stay planted when hammering over roots or charging down rocky descents, yet still provides the support you need for whoops and high-speed sections. Yamaha has always had a strong reputation for suspension, and the YZ250X continues that legacy. At the heart of this machine is the 249 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled two-stroke engine with reed valve induction. It's not just lifted straight from the motocross version, Yamaha specifically retuned it for enduro conditions. That means a revised compression ratio, YPVS power valve timing, and a digital CDI map that delivers smoother, more tractable power. The result is a broader, more usable power band that doesn't just rip at the top end but gives you torque down low for technical climbs and responsive mid-range for weaving through trees. When you roll on the throttle, you get instant feedback and a thrilling hit of two-stroke energy, but it's predictable enough to keep traction when it matters most. Transmission and gearing are critical in off-road racing, and Yamaha has equipped the YZ250X with a wide ratio 5-speed gearbox. The spread between gears means you can crawl through rocky sections without stalling in first, yet still open it up on fire roads in fifth. Pair that with a heavy-duty clutch designed to take abuse from constant feathering in tight terrain, and you have a drivetrain built to survive the harshest conditions. Riders who enter hare scrambles or GNCC-style events will especially appreciate how this transmission feels tailored to the real world rather than just the track. Ergonomics on the YZ250X are all about rider freedom. The slim fuel tank, narrow radiator shrouds, and flat seat profile encourage movement front to back. When you need to get forward over the bars for a steep climb or slide back for traction in a sandwash, the bike doesn't fight you. Every contact point feels refined for long hours of riding. The handlebars, seat, and peg triangle create a natural stance that reduces fatigue, which is crucial in multi-lap endurance events. Yamaha also paid attention to the details, giving the bike a lightweight side stand, a sealed O-ring chain for durability, and even a reserve setting on the fuel petcock, small touches that show this bike was designed with real-world riders in mind. Wheels and tires are equally trail-ready. The YZ250X comes stock with premium Blue Excel rims, a Yamaha hallmark, shot in Dunlop Geomax MX33 tires that strike a balance between soft intermediate terrain grip and durability. The rear wheel is an 18-inch instead of the 19 you'd find on the motocross version. That slightly larger sidewall adds cushion, improving traction in rocks and roots, and gives you more options for enduro tire choices. Braking is handled by lightweight wave-style discs that shed mud and maintain bite in wet conditions, paired with Nissan calipers that provide strong yet controllable stopping power. In terms of raw numbers, the 2026 YZ250X tips the scales at just 229 pounds wet. That weight gives it one of the most nimble feels in its class, particularly when compared to modern four-stroke enduros that can creep well above 250 pounds. Ground clearance sits at 14.2 inches, enough to clear logs and boulders without bashing the frame. Seat height is 38.4 inches, tall enough for serious suspension travel but manageable for riders used to full-size competition bikes. The wheelbase measures 58.5 inches, striking a balance between stability at speed and agility in tight single track. Fuel capacity comes in at 1.8 gallons, which may not sound like much, but thanks to the efficient two-stroke design, it's enough for most trail rides and enduro races without needing a massive tank. What makes the YZ250X unique in today's market is its purity. In an era when four-strokes dominate enduro competition, Yamaha continues to refine and invest in two-stroke development. That means riders who crave that crisp throttle response, lightweight handling, and simpler maintenance still have a brand new, factory-supported option. It's rare, and it gives the bike a character all its own. Add in Yamaha's race-ready build straight out of the showroom, suspension tuned for enduro, wide ratio gearing, enduro-specific details like an 18-inch rear wheel and kickstand, and you've got a package that doesn't need aftermarket upgrades to be competitive. It's ready to line up at a hare scramble or GNCC event the moment you roll it out of the truck. The price point reinforces its appeal. At just over $8,000, the YZ250X is significantly cheaper than many modern four-stroke enduro machines, which can push well past $11,000. Yet you're still getting premium KYB suspension, Yamaha's proven chassis, and the thrill of a two-stroke motor. For riders who want a race-capable bike without breaking the bank, this balance of cost and performance is one of its strongest selling points. On top of that, Yamaha offers support through their Blue Crew contingency program, which provides financial backing for racers across the country. That kind of factory support sweetens the deal for anyone planning to compete. On the trail, the YZ250X feels alive. The lightweight frame and nimble handling let you thread through trees at speed, the suspension soaks up chop while staying responsive, and the engine rewards you with a power band that can be mellow or aggressive depending on how hard you twist the throttle. You flick the handlebars into a corner and feel the chassis flex just enough to communicate what the ground is doing beneath you. The bike settles quickly, digs into ruts, and powers out with a burst of two-stroke energy. At high speeds, the stability remains confidence-inspiring, and in slow technical sections, the gearing and torque make it manageable without constant clutch abuse. It's a bike that adapts to the rider, whether you're a seasoned racer or a weekend trail explorer. The 2026 Yamaha YZ250X isn't about being the biggest, the heaviest, or the most technologically complex. It's about stripping things down to the essentials of what makes off-road riding thrilling: lightweight, responsive suspension, a snarling two-stroke engine, and details that make life easier when you're hours deep into the woods. Yamaha has refined the formula year after year, and this model continues to prove why the YZ250X has such a loyal following. For riders who want a bike that feels raw, direct, and built for racing without compromise, it's hard to beat. If you crave that two-stroke experience, if you want a machine that's competitive straight out of the box, and if you value a price point that leaves room for racing fees and travel, the 2026 Yamaha YZ250X is your answer. It's the embodiment of Yamaha's dedication to off-road racing, and it delivers a thrilling package at a price that makes sense. From the first kickstart to the last checkered flag, this bike is about one thing: pure off-road fun.